Welcome ladies and gentlemen, let's play some more Blood Money, this time in downtown, an ideal map for this game mode. You can just tell that people love playing Blood Money on this map. The different routes are just fun and very interesting. I'm running the M16 here with the Cobra sight, extended magazine, heavy barrel and vertical grip. As I mentioned in my previous video, I prefer to play with an SMG in Blood Money, but the reason I'm running the operator class here is because I want to upgrade my operator guns faster for conquest. So I try to use these weapons more often than I really want to. And since you always play both sides in Blood Money, once as a cop and once as a robber, you have to use two different weapons in many of the classes. So as the operator, you can only play with the M16 if you are a cop. If you are a robber, you need to use the M416, which is similar, or any other weapon that you have unlocked. But because I want to compare the M16 to the M416, I have set up my first loadout as such so I can unlock attachment for both equally. In the beta, I thought the M416 was a bit better than the M16, even though a lot of people thought differently. But the developers made so many adjustments after the beta that a lot of weapons now feel a lot different than they did actually in the beta. I can't really tell the difference until I have unlocked and equipped the same attachment for both guns, so I can accurately compare the two to each other. I can only say that using a grip and a barrel has made the M16 a lot more stable, which makes it pretty fun to use. Only time can tell which weapon will be the most popular, but I can already tell that the M16 probably will be one of the very overused weapons again, just like it was in Battlefield 3. But let's hope there are some other equally good weapons. Surprisingly, the M16 performed pretty well in close quarter fights as this one, as most Blood Money fights are, because it does very well out of the hip. So, when it comes to a close firefight, you can just shoot out of the hip and still win. However, I don't plan to use this weapon a lot, as I want to play around with all the weapons available once unlocked. It's always fun when you get a new game to actually test out all the weapons and find the ones that work best for you. Not every weapon works for everyone, or better said, there is no one size fits all. It's funny how people still don't really look out for tactical inserts as I just found one here, because I was just wondering why people kept coming in from this way over and over, and I was wondering where they were coming from, because I knew there was really not really a clear access because I was checking everywhere, and I was like, they must come from within the building, and there you go. There was a tactical insert right there, and people just kept pouring out of it, and none of my team members really noticed that. So I just made it my job to constantly look for those if none of my team members does, because that can really give you a headache if you just have constantly enemy pouring in and flanking you. So once the tactical insert was gone, it was pretty easy for us to carry the rest of the cash and get an easy win. So now I'm playing as a robber with the M416, and you can probably tell that I have nothing else but the Cobra sight attached to it. And you can definitely see the difference in the recoil compared to the M16, which has all the attachments already on it. I have learned to manage the recoil somewhat, but I can't wait to unlock the barrels and grips. The recoil has cost me some kills, which I most likely would have gotten if the gun was more stable. But sometimes you just have to grind out a weapon that is very frustrating, only to find out that once you have everything attached, it becomes a really, really good weapon. So it's definitely worth to go through this first period of frustration just to get an amazing weapon. So once I have unlocked everything for both weapons, I will have some really good guns to use in larger maps, especially in Conquest where there are a lot of long distance shots required. But I'm really trying to stay away from using the same weapons over and over and challenge myself to use all kinds of different weapons and hopefully master most of them over time. I find it super boring when everyone is always playing the same way, using the same weapons. It's always fun when something is new and fresh, and after a while it just gets stale. I'm the kind of person who doesn't like to watch a movie twice or listen to a song twice in a row. So it's hard for me to understand how some people can play the same map over and over with the same game mode. I have to admit though that I like some maps better than others, and that I have some absolute favorites. And I do use the server browser to find my favorite maps, but even those maps would get boring if I played them over and over, just like a song you have heard too often and then you get tired of it. It's too early to say which maps are my favorites in this game, as I'm still learning new things about each map every day, and I found that some of them grow on me over time. So I may not like a map today, and then all of a sudden I may like it a lot a week from now or 2 weeks from now. Who knows? It's just like with life, you know, when you don't know something really well, you shouldn't really judge it because you just don't have the right perspective on it yet. So back to this game here. As you can see, I put the barriers up because nobody else did, because I found out that the enemies just kept driving trucks into our vault here over and over, and look, this guy got stuck now because of the barrier. And it made it a lot easier for me to actually prevent him from stealing our money and getting away with it. But it was really hard for us because, you know, whenever I tried to decide if I should protect the vault or should go and get some more money, you know, I was at the cash stack as here, preventing the enemy from getting more cash from here. I heard that our vault got raided again, even though we constantly had at least a couple of guys there protecting our vault. So I just kept running between our vault and the money pile, and it was really hard to just see, you know, should I protect the wall or should I get more money? Sometimes you just have to make this decision, and they were just super good at just constantly getting money from us and getting away with huge amount of our money. I mean, you can see here we have half the money in this truck, and the truck was almost full at one point, and it was just really too bad. I don't know how we could not prevent those guys from getting our money. Maybe they had a tactical insert, or they were just really good at taking out our team. But it was fun anyway. I hope you enjoyed this little gun comparison. I will soon find out which gun performs better, but until then, take care. Bye bye.